Hey. I want to see if this was on. Sorry about the last video. Okay, let's continue. My batteries had died. I actually need to go buy new ones. I had lost my other pair of rechargeable ones. So anyway, leaving off, we were talking about the conscious and subconscious mind. Okay, we were talking about the subconscious mind. Okay, the conscious mind is the self-conscious mind. Okay. The subconscious mind is the one that gives vitality and life to that self-conscious mind. Okay, remember the subconscious mind is the same in kind and quality as the whole, or the universal mind, or the infinite intelligence, or the spirit of life, whatever you choose to call it, just creation in general. Okay, life. Okay, so we are going over how the heart, okay, the cardiac, the smooth muscles are all under the control, under the subconscious mind. Okay, you have no voluntary functions over these muscles. Okay, the only voluntary muscles you have over are your skeletal muscles. Okay, and these muscles are under the control of the conscious mind, your self-aware mind. Okay, within your skeletal muscles, you have these things called motor units. Okay, these motor units are not in any other of the muscles in your system. They're only in your skeletal muscles. Okay. What happens is, say, I want to move my phalanges. I know I used this example in another video, but we're going to use it again for this one because it works. Okay, your phalanges, or your fingers. Okay, you want to move your phalanges. Okay, you're moving them around. What is happening here is that your mind, your brain, I should say, is sending electrical signals all the way down through your cerebral spinal, through the nerves of your arm. Okay, remember the neurons. Okay, neurons are the units. The neurons are the units that the nervous system is created from. Okay, the functioning unit of the nervous system. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, the neuron is a functioning unit of the nervous system. Okay, just like the sarcomere is the functioning unit for the muscles. Okay, so neurons. Okay, all the electricity is transferring through the neurons to these motor units. Okay, and there's this thing called the all or nothing law. Okay, so it's either going to use all of that energy to contract, or it's not going to use any of it at all. Okay, so these motor units get completely shocked at full force. Okay, 100% energy. It has to. Okay, or else your fingers won't move. So these motor units that these phalanges are connected to are being shocked by this electricity, and that is what's causing your muscles to move. Okay, remember the skeleton system, the skeletal system is the structure of the body. Okay, is the body's framework, and then we have the muscle system, which is what our body uses to move the skeleton around, you know, throughout this material world. And then there is, you know, the blood, all this and whatnot, which gives everything life to this mechanism that we are in control over. So that's basically a nice little detailing of what's in control or under the control of the conscious and subconscious mind. And right now we are going over the subconscious, and in the meantime I went ahead and grabbed our book, The Master Key System by Charles F. Hannell. We are also going over this book. For those of you who haven't seen any of the videos for this, we also have this one on there. There is one on here that I want to share. Okay. Okay, we'll start from here. Okay. If we compare, okay, and he's talking about the mind. Okay, this is chapter 2 from the Master Key System, and this chapter he talks about the mind. Okay, Charles is saying the same thing. Okay. There's one mind with two modes of activity, okay, just as Wallace says, okay. This is what he says. He says, if we compare these two sets of action, the one decreed by the will of the moment, and the other proceeding in majestic rhythmic course, subject to no vacillation, but constant at every moment, we stand in awe of the latter, and ask to have the mystery explained. We see at once that these are the vital processes of our physical life, and we cannot avoid the inference that these all-important functions are designedly withdrawn from the domain of our outward will with its variations and transitions, and placed under the direction of a permanent and dependable power within us. Okay, so what he's saying The one decreed by the will of the moment, okay, and there he's talking about the conscious part of the mind, and the other proceeding in majestic rhythmic course, subject to no vacillation, but constant at every moment. We stand in awe of the latter, and ask to have the mystery explained. Basically saying, hey, there is a power within us that we recognize. Please explain to us how this works. Okay, and we're going to go over the next part right now. Of these two powers, the outward and changeable has been termed the conscious mind, or the objective mind, dealing with outward objects. The interior power is called the subconscious mind, or the subjective mind, and besides its works on the mental plane, it controls the regular functions which make physical life possible. Okay. And here's one more I would like to read to you guys. The subconscious mind draws just an accurate inferences from premises furnished from outside sources. Where the premise is true, the subconscious mind reaches a faultless conclusion. But where the premise or suggestion is in error, the whole structure falls. The subconscious mind does not engage in the process of proving. It relies upon the conscious mind, the watchman at the gate, to guard it from the mistaken impressions. And a little bit of explanation on that part, the watchman at the gate. Okay, we all share a mental atmosphere. Okay, a lot of the thoughts you think, don't be scared, are not yours. Okay, I know for a fact you've been with somebody, you said something, and they're like, hey, I was thinking that same thing. Okay, we share a mental atmosphere. Okay, our minds communicate with each other, even if we're not physically speaking. Okay, and what he's saying, the watchman at the gate, okay, the conscious mind. There are thoughts floating around us, trying to get into us, okay, and whatever thoughts we accept by the conscious mind, this is why he calls it the watchman at the gate, okay, gets accepted by the subconscious mind, and that in turn, it goes on to create it within ourselves, and we in turn become that, because that is what we believe. And how the mind works, they go over suggestion, heterosuggestion, okay? People suggest things to you, but it is up to you to make of whatever it is that they are suggesting, okay? Like everything that I'm doing is a suggestion towards you, okay? It's heterosuggestion, okay? All this is happening from me to you, and it's up to you to choose to accept what I'm saying or not, okay? You don't have to accept any of this, which is why I encourage you to read all this yourself and find out for yourself, because I'm just here to inspire you, to motivate you, to get you to do all this for yourself anyway. Okay, so let us continue, okay? So, if you guys want to learn more about that and the Watchman at the Gate, you could also order this book. It's on Amazon. Okay, it's called The Master Key System by Charles F. Hannell. Or you could watch my videos, because we go over all of that information. Okay, so let's finish where we had started, okay? The subconscious mind is in charge of all the functions and processes of life. And when more food is needed by the body, it makes the fact known by causing a sensation called hunger. Whenever food is needed and can be used, there is hunger, and whenever there is hunger, it is time to eat. When there is no hunger, it is unnatural and wrong to eat, no matter how great may appear to be the need for food. Even if you are in a condition of apparent starvation, with great emaciation, if there is no hunger, you may know that food cannot be used, and it will be unnatural and wrong for you to eat. Basically saying, if your body's not hungry and you feed it, the food's just going to sit there until it gets hungry again, and the cells actually need the food. It will be unnatural and wrong for you to eat. Though you may have not eaten for days or weeks, if you have no hunger, you may be perfectly sure that food cannot be used, and will probably not be used if taken. Whenever food is needed, if there is power to digest and assimilate it, so that it can be normally used, the subconscious mind will announce the fact by a decided hunger. Food, taken when there is no hunger, will sometimes be digested and assimilated, because nature makes a special effort to perform the task which is thrust upon her against her will. But if food is habitually taken where there is no hunger, the digestive power is at last destroyed, and numberless evils caused, and lots of weight gain happens from there. Okay, remember, like he's saying, if you eat when you are not hungry, when your body's not asking for food and you feed it, it's just going to store it as fat. Okay, and that's not what any of us wants, right? If the foregoing be true, and it is indisputably so, it is a self-evident proposition that the natural time and the healthy time to eat is when one is hungry, and that it is never a natural or a healthy action to eat when one is not hungry. You see, then, that it is an easy matter to scientifically settle the question when to ask. Always eat when you are hungry, and never eat when you are not hungry. This is obedience to nature, which is obedience to God. We must not fail, however, to make clear the distinction between hunger and appetite. Hunger is the call of the subconscious mind for more material to be used in repairing and renewing the body. And in keeping up the internal heat, hunger is never felt unless there is no need for more material, and unless there is power to digest it when taken into the stomach. Appetite is the desire for the gratification of sensation. The drunkard has an appetite for liquor, but he cannot have a hunger for it. A normally fed person cannot have a hunger for candy or sweets. The desire for these things is an appetite. You cannot hunger for tea, coffee, spiced foods, or for the various tastes, tempting devices of